the manufactured participate in.
And that brings us to the end of question period. Before I go to the point of order, I want to deal with an issue that I raised during question period, and that is that I did indicate that I would be asking the honourable member for Lethbridge for an apology to the Minister of Public Safety for her comment in the House. The honourable member for Lethbridge.
Madam Speaker, earlier today I called the Minister of Public Safety a liar. I shouldn't have done that. Instead, I should have said he misled this House. I apologize.
I don't believe that that is an acceptable apology at this point. The honourable member is trying to justify what she has said, and I would just ask the honourable member if she wants to try that one more time, given the unparliamentary language that was in the House.
I apologize.
The honourable member for Elgin Middlesex London has a point of order.
Thank you very much. And I know that today's debate, of course, we get very uptight on certain issues, but I find it very rich when we have a member talking about the rights of women, who then turns to me and tells me to zip it. So I would like to ask for an apology from the member for Ajax. If they were actually going to talk about treating people with dignity and respect, that it goes for conservative women as well. Thank you.
On that same point of order, the Honourable House Leader.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I'm pleased and proud to represent the riding of Ajax. I don't think that that's who she was referring to. But I do say that this is an opportunity perhaps to reflect on the... Madam Speaker.
One point of order. If the honourable member wants to go back on the other point of order, I will go back. I'm not going to interrupt the honourable member during his point of order. The Honourable Government House Leader.
Madam Speaker, I think there's an opportunity. We've had an opportunity at House Leaders meeting to talk about the manner in which we address each other. We've had good discussions where we've agreed to stop yelling and to follow the standing orders. Well, that was my understanding. I hope. I think that I'm hearing the other side saying no, that they do think it's acceptable.
Parliamentary, the Honourable House Leader to speak to his point of order and to ignore anything that's coming from the other side at this point, because it shouldn't be about debate. So then, if there's other points of order, I'll address those. The Honourable House Leader.
This point, I thought, and hearing the members yelling no, I have to go back to the House Leaders meeting and have a conversation about what I thought we had agreed to. What I thought we had agreed to, Madam Speaker, is that when a member is speaking, the practice of screaming or yelling at them when they're attempting to speak is not becoming of this place. It is against the standing orders. It needs to stop. And so I will take it back to the House Leaders, and I hope that we will have a productive discussion in that regard. And people are yelling even as I'm speaking here, Madam Speaker, so clearly we have more work to do.
So, point of order, the Honourable Member for Elgin Middlesex London.
Madam Speaker, I was absolutely wrong. Although the member from Ajax did apologize for something, he had no idea what he was supposed to be apologizing for. This was regarding the member from Pickering Uxbridge, who stood and talked about the way women were treated in this House. Yet to her own female colleague did the exact same thing. So I do find it very rich, and would ask the member from Uxbridge recognize that all women in this Parliament, regardless of political party, all matter. All women matter, just not from the Liberal Party. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Does the honourable member for Uxbridge want to comment? I'll recognize her.
Madam Speaker, nothing could be further from the truth. That's not what happened. The members opposite were screaming as they're screaming at me now, when I simply raised the point that yesterday when I stood in this place, the member from St. Albert, Edmonton was screaming for me to sit down, and they were trying to deny that that didn't happen. Madam Speaker, there are lots of witnesses on this side, and she has to account for her denial of a member on their side telling another woman to sit down.
I just want to remind all members that there are things that are being said on both sides, and I would just ask members to please respect the rules of the House and to respect each other, whether you are asking the question or waiting for an answer or delivering the answer. And so I think that all in all, there has been some words that have been said on both sides, and I would ask members to please refrain from that. Another point of order, the honourable member for Elgin Middlesex London.
I am sorry, but I was watching that member. It was eye-to-eye contact. I would like an apology from that member, because she knows. That member knows it was directed at me. That member looked directly at me and said it to me, and this House was quiet at the time. It was not during that. So I'd like to share that with you. I wish that she would reconsider her actions, and
So again, I would have to review Hansard to see exactly what was said. As far as for looks in the House, it's something that I can't, Hansard will not show. And so I would just, again, ask members to be respectful of each other in the House here. I also want to add that I owe an apology to the honourable member for St. Albert Edmonton for part of the answer, the comments that I made to him about him today, and so he did not ask the honourable member to sit down, but he did call her by name. And but I just want to again reinforce the fact that we need to be respectful of each other here in the House. C'est un point d'ordre. Okay, parfait. Good.